So, big ups to our sponsors, Lulu's Holistics, for the finest in organic skin care products. Hit up Lulu's. You can get 10% off your next purchase by hitting up the link in the description box of every video that
Guys,
we
you
post
should be
on YouTube.
washing your hands often, every day, all day. So if you're
And
doing that,
by proxy, your skin should be very dry.
yeah,
like
so
mine.
get the Shea Body Conscious
We'll
butter
sort you all out, isn't me?
to luxuriate and oil up your body.
I don't know what I just did just then, but
You ever massage
Right.
it in your
it was,
skin?
yeah,
Like when
It
you
feels so nice.
Yeah, it's like supple. And you're like,
It
oh
nice.
my god, like
it's nice.
I want a man to touch me.
Smells
Like
so
I feel so
good.
good. Like,
Yeah.
sexy. Like yeah.
You like how I smell? You want to kiss me?
Yeah.
All right, so Lulu's Holistics. Big ups. Also, big ups to
Lothian's Boutique, guys, follow them. I'm an ambassador now, so you can use my code
Haven't you
Ariane10.
always been an ambassador?
No, but I get a full like a serious code.
you had a code. It wasn't serious before.
Shut up. It's Lothian's Boutique. Follow them on Instagram at Lothian's Boutique, and guys, you can check out their store when it open up back. You know, Corona and everything. So when it's open up back, you can check out them store in Portmore at 23 West Trade Way. And guys, in Canada, wherever, you know, this is not going to last forever. And I know we don't have anybody to look good for now, women. Men, you can, but you know, when it's time to go back out into the real world, you can get the hair for your lady friends. And you know, women, if you want to fix up back when the sun is shining and you
You're
put
ready
on
to
your
go
happy
outside.
face, yeah, you can check out Lothians for your bundles. You can check it out. You can use my code Ari10 for your 10% discount. I got
All
you.
right, so you don't know, so we have to plug the merch as well. Cop exclusive fix merch at teespring.com/stores/the fix JA merch, people. Get the classic black tee with the Y logo. Of course, there's the infamous "It's a Trap" shirt as well, made famous by Ari. You don't know, you have others there as well. So that's teespring.com/stores/the fix JA merch. Look at that merch today and become an official part of Fix Nation today. All right. Where do you ladies want to start now? I guess the big news this week, coming out from last week, is it Friday? Yeah. The result of Vybz Kartel's appeal. As it played out, the appeal was rejected. And apparently the next move by his legal team, Vybz Kartel's legal team, is to take it to the Privy Council, which people long felt would be the outcome of this. Before I ask for your opinion, I'll just start with mine. I know that people probably are gonna pre me because we kind of did I say this from the top of the year, and if you remember when we did America Bowl prediction, we kind of did joke about it and say, oh, that nigga not getting out.
Yeah. But you were kind of serious.
I was being serious, but yeah, people take it and misconstrue, it come off and whatever.
Oh, like you're being negative.
Yeah. I mean, I joke about it or whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah. But I'll tell you this right now. It gave me no pleasure to hear the verdict, but to hear that the appeal,
The ruling.
oh,
of the courts.
the appeal court, it gave me no pleasure to see the outcome of that. Outside of him being Vybz Kartel, I think you did touch on the dichotomy last week, Ari. Adidja Palmer, they in a prison too. And for somebody so gifted,
Yeah.
so talented, and I know the music part hasn't suffered really since he's been in prison, but somebody so talented and means so much to so much people, and for see that them thing happen to him, and it may be the case that he may never get out. It just may, like, people might just have to start wrap their mind around that.
Because it's
You know,
supposed to
that
go to
God-
the UK Privy Court, right?
and I doubt,
we
I
expect them
doubt
to
how
be
that.
unbiased, despite having issues with him banning his music, whatever. But we do expect
Let us see.
unbiased.
Let us see.
and
But
just focus on the trial itself.
parents lose them father, a wife lose them husband. Really, not dead, but I'm sure they'd much rather have him around than for the only time they can able to see him when they go visit him at prison. I watch old videos of him and them things.
Yeah.
So them things they make me sad all while go on.
True.
And for no say
We lost a real giant and a stalwart to the system.
yes, like
and
you're not able to see him presence
Yeah.
around. Like you feel it same way in
Yeah.
regards to music and the
Yeah.
release of the music.
Right.
But for
Even through
actually
social
see him
media.
and through social media too, but for actually see him around, like it make me kinda sad. It make me kinda sad. I like reality really it makes a job.
Right. Like, this is real.
This
yo.
real, is it me? It not get me not go far there and say, oh, me did tell them, me did take cause me know so that some people I expect. No, me not depend none of that. You see me make a prediction based off of things that I saw happening. Is not nothing what me did want to see go on or me I wish bad for him. No. Me just make a prediction based on couple things that me I see. Oh, the tea leaves did a drop. You see me?
Right.
But yeah, it's sad. It's sad. Vybz Kartel is without a doubt, if not one of the most talented
Dancehall artist.
dancehall artists we've ever seen. It kind of sad. I don't want something. Add anything else?
Boy, you pretty much sum it up.
I mean, I wanted to go further because I want the cartel stands out there to realize some of the things that they're doing, and it don't really aid him cause. A lawyer said something. I had to go around. I had to do something. I'm not gonna tell you what I was doing, but yeah, I had to do something, and I was in the presence of a lawyer yesterday and Sunday. And one of the things he said was that, Jamaica had to kind of muzzle Cartel because, he was too powerful and influential. And
A lawyer said that.
yeah, and it's like the system enough, and he wasn't quote unquote working for the system, if you understand. So it's like he was too powerful, but in its power he wasn't working for the system. That's what the lawyer said. I'm paraphrasing. It's not exactly what he said, but that's the gist of it. And to me, as like, it's such a loss, as you said, because yes, he was a powerful force. I was thinking about it, he was just like a rebel, but unfortunately he was a rebel without a cause. Like, there was no sense sort of saying, hey, we're gonna really push against the system, but this is how we're gonna push against the system. Him just get this power, and it, unfortunately was his demise. And one of the things though, what I'm saying about the cartel fans is that I want them to stop diminishing what he went to prison for. I'm not here to say yes, he did it. Despite the voice notes, despite everything, I'm not here to find him guilty again. But
Because sorry for cutting, but to add to that, a lot of people are angry because of the lack of evidence. Well,
right,
that's what they must say.
right,
Or the tampering of
right.
some.
Yeah,
But there are
because
some
there
people
was
that
the
said there
voice
wasn't
notes.
there was evidence.
the
It's
voice
just the strength
note
of
of
said,
the voice note, right?
evidence,
Because it says the
which
shoes
is
are
being
not
called into
necessarily,
question. Yes.
and it wasn't.
And some people say it was spliced and whatever.
Right.
and everything.
So, I'm not here to find him guilty again or whatever, cast judgment.
I know for sure.
But he was put in jail because he was accused
of a serious
heinous
crime.
And it hurt me when I see some of the cartel. I saw a comment by a fan that says, so what if Lizard dead? Him and no body.
Wow.
And that right there to me is just disgusting. Like, not because you are not known, you don't have hit songs.
But the
Like,
man of a family too.
exactly,
He has a
that is
family.
missing him and grieving him. And whether it is by the hands of Cartel or not, like, you can't say them things. And I think that is, to me, is like the slimy part. Like, the fans need to tone it down and pull back, because you are not making him look good. When you are making and just saying, so what if him kill him? He's nobody. It's like, he's maybe nobody to you, but he has a family that is grieving and losing him. And I think that is when the stands them really push it overboard, and the system is just like, well, okay, well, like, when they make it seem like the system is looking on and say, well, I want to make it seem is like there is not an innocent man in jail.
Yeah.
You understand what I say? Like, on making it seem as if he did it and he's allowed to do it. No. No.
Some of them.
Some of you know. So pull back on that. Like, take on the emotions. And I love say women emotional. I don't know if it's a woman around someone on account. Because you know, a man profile pick up. So some of the Cartel male fans need to stop this emotional, take the emotions out of it, and just say you're wanting the best for your favorite artist. Don't say, so what if him kill Lizard?
Right.
Don't say that. Like, that is, to me, is the most egregious and hurtful thing, because it's saying like, so what, like, because you don't have hit song and you know have millions of followers on IG, like, you're nobody. Like, that's the world that we're living in. Stop say that. Just say that the system is flawed, unfair, corrupt, and you know, based on that and based on not having sufficient evidence, release the man.
Yeah.
Because
Obviously you're not going to say it as eloquent as I did, but you know, like, keep it to the facts.
I think the main crux of Gaza fans and fans of Cartel is that, at least so people know law amongst those fans, is that it wasn't proven beyond reasonable doubt.
Right.
So I've always said that the best that they could hope for is a reduced sentence. I've always thought that the initial verdict was harsh. Based on the evidence presented. As in, because it's what I can prove in a court.
Right.
That's how
the law works.
But yeah.
If them are gonna reduce it, good behavior, them can't find contraband in your cell or cell phone or whatever, you know, you really just have to be
A
real with
model
yourself.
citizen.
Yeah, and say them certain things that for just cut out.
Well,
and
I can't speak to Cartel's behavior in a prison, how him go on, if him want have a cell, or if him want to continue snubbing him nose at the system.
right.
Okay, that just as I've been saying, just indicates, yo, the man just forward to peace and say, yo, he look like me now.
Like this.
Yeah, look like that thing just not work out. For further piggyback on your point, the stands them. This I stands now for sure. The idiot stands them. But I have Cartel picture up one about them fist. The stands them. What me say, a cuss off him liar.
Wow.
I said,
Dog.
yo, girl, you know, I said, I said to Nita up on the live. And
Yeah.
hey, girl, what you do?
And it's things
Which
like
it's kind of she kind of facilitated that with the tweet that she made before, but even so, them thing that was out of pocket. She's a respected lawyer. Me feel like so the tweet that she made the night before, so
What,
get ready
like
to
what?
celebrate. That tweet there, get ready to celebrate.
No,
and
but
rate it
I
there.
saw another tweet, and I'm
That
thinking,
kind of gas up the fans. Them I like
No,
it.
that's
They make
her.
it seem like it's sure.
Bert Samuels said, irrespective of the outcome of Cartel appeal tomorrow, April 4, 2020, the defense did their work. The defense never rests. F. Lee Bailey. So that's like a lawyer he was quoting. And he's saying, Bert Samuels says, if the Cartel appeal is not successful tomorrow before the Court of Appeal, they'll be heading to UK, right? So is that tweet he made irrespective of the outcome of Cartel appeal tomorrow?
Not about Nita.
No, fine, no, but I'm saying another lawyer. So she was like, yeah, we're celebrating, do so virtually. But another lawyer of his said, irrespective of the outcome of Cartel appeal tomorrow, April 4, 2020, defense did their work. So that to me seemed like, oh, well, Can I know say not really work?
Yeah, like I said.
It's mixed messaging.
Yeah, we
It's mixed messaging.
We did the best
One
that we
sound
could.
not too confident, while one sound it's
Overly
supremely
confident.
confident. You see
But,
me? And
you know.
with that being said, as me said, the insults that went her way that never
Yeah,
call
was
for none
unnecessary.
time. You see me? So the stands them with that them
That's
fuck
the
with it.
thing.
Them
The
thing about
stands
that
need
one.
for like just take the emotions out of it. Yes, we get it. Is your favorite artist. Yes, is your supreme lord and being. But
That ain't gonna change.
irrespective of you, he's a man in the eyes of the law and in the country. He's just a man, you know, and you can't attack all the people them like that, like especially his defense team. Like what?
Yo, what not doing? What not doing?
I'm like, you know how many books these people read, you know how many time like they were intent. I'm sure they did as much as the best
I'm
as
sure
they
they're
could.
being well paid.
You
Like the
know?
people that say, yo, you're not a thief, money from the artists.
No, not well. Mean that the fans are saying that, or
Yeah.
they just take the money and then
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
do
yeah,
the work.
exactly,
But me I say
exactly,
you
exactly.
guys don't know what they're doing.
You don't know.
You know, and when you're saying like that, like just take the emotions out of it. Just relax. Like yeah, them have one more step to go to the UK Privy Council
We'll see how
before
that play out.
it's all done. So let's just
And if
have
that
our
goes
faith and go.
in their favor, what am I gonna say?
You know, so that's it. I just want the cartel stands
Bill.
to just relax a bit. Relax a
Bill.
bit.
You know what I mean? What am I gonna know? I'm gonna call a lawyer from out of his team. Bless up Sir Donahue Martin, esteemed lawyer friend who makes me feel insecure about my job every day, seeing that we're classmates at Woolmer's.
Blessings, my friend.
Ah boy. Ari, will you stop?
I'm
Jesus.
trying to get my questions.
Yes. My team is here, the fixed team is here. You're up on the podcast. Say good evening to the ladies here.
Hi,
Ari
Mr.
and Joe.
Martin.
Okay.
Hi, Mr. Martin.
So we just did want to call if I ask you. You're a part of Cartel's defense team. Am I correct? For the record.
Yes, on the record, I represented Kahira Jones a lot. Well, senior counsel Mr. Robert Fletcher represented Kahira Jones. I appeared along with him.
Okay. So we just ask you how you felt about how things played out with the appeal and
Sorry, I never
where
got
to
the
go from
question.
here, sir?
And Kahira
Repeat the
Jones.
question.
Kahira, just for clarity, it's one of Cartel's co-accused because it's like
Yes.
it's
I'm sorry. Yes, he's one of Mr. Palmer's co-accused.
right.
Okay.
So it's Cartel, Adija Parma, Sean Stom. I can't remember his given government name.
Hashtag free chance.
And Kahira Jones, and you represent Kahira Jones.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Cartel and his co-accused, they weren't given, I guess, the response or the ruling that they wanted. I'm sure and you know, the ruling that they wanted from the appeals court in Jamaica. First of all, was it something that you were expecting, or you know, it came as a shock?
Well, in the legal practice, generally, you prepare and hope for the best, but you
Right.
always expect the worst and always prepare for the next step, which is what we were doing as a legal team. You know, we from the very onset were contemplating what would be the next step if it is the Court of Appeal wasn't going to rule in our favor. But this by no means means that we never had any confidence in our submissions. In fact, we have the utmost confidence in our submissions. So we are somewhat disappointed in the ruling because we believed our submissions were strong enough that the Court of Appeal could have ruled differently. But of course, as officers of the court, we all respect the Court of Appeal's ruling, and we are preparing for the next stage as we speak.
I can ask you what you felt, what part of the appeal you felt sunk it, for lack of a better phrase, in your opinion. Why you feel that the appeal court looked at and said,
Well, you know, it's not so easy to get into the minds of the learned judges. But what I will say is that we felt particularly, I can only speak for ourselves. I'm going to speak as to why it is we were so confident. And we were particularly confident because of the fact that we take the view that the telephonic evidence that was adduced at the first instance court ought not to have been adduced and the jury should not have heard it. We believe that the videographic evidence, the prejudicial effect outweighed any probative value. All right, that sounded very legalese, I'm sorry. What it really means is that basically the evidence should not have been adduced in a legal context. And we are very confident about that. But the Court of Appeal, of course, viewed it in a different light. The issues concerning the management of the jury, there are several issues. And of course, I should also tell you that there is a principle of sub judice. Some lawyers don't really adhere to it, but you're not supposed to talk in detail in relation to the specific items of evidence when a matter is before judicial consideration. Though the Court of Appeal has ruled against us, we have indicated in several forums that we're going to go elsewhere, and it would be inappropriate for me to get into the finer details of the judgment, but I can comment on it very generally because it is a matter of public record.
Right. One person who seemed very confident, you talk about confidence, one person who appeared supremely confident, you could say, was Miss Valerie Nita Robertson, sorry. She made a tweet the day before. It has now become infamous. They said that people should be get ready to celebrate online and don't go out the streets and all them things there. What? As a lawyer, I don't know if you can speak to this and how other lawyers felt. It seems like there's a divide amongst the lawyers how them feel about that.
Counsel's tweet would be learned Queen's Counsel herself.
Oh, that go?
I would be very hesitant to comment one way or the other in relation to a tweet by learned Queen's Counsel.
It's just that some people did feel that she probably shouldn't have done that. As like people say, oh, you have a crystal ball. It seemed like, as a result, it built up people's hopes, and then you saw the vitriol that followed up from that. So I just want to get your thoughts on like even the vitriol that followed.
Well, okay, so I am in chambers with another Queen's Counsel who is Sam Tavares Fenton.
Yeah.
We both made a similar post, but our post, so I make our post speak for itself. So that reflected what our view was.
Okay.
And we're not going to get into comment one way or the other in relation to my view on Queen's Counsel. Sorry.
Okay.
He's a lawyer.
He's lawyering it up right now. He's lawyering it up. Alright, so for the people them who probably don't know and like the lawyer jargons and things like that, and what's the next step for the team going forward? Privy Council, for people who don't understand like that whole process, you can break that down for them.
All right, so in a Jamaican context, the courts of first instance are either your parish court, that we used to call the resident magistrate court, or the Supreme Court, or the Home Circuit Court. So a murder matter generally is tried, well, not generally, they have to be tried before a jury in the Home Circuit Court. That trial took place, and the appeal from that trial would go to our Court of Appeal. Therefrom, it would go to the Privy Council. As it is now, at least. Maybe someday it would be the CCJ, but that's a political discussion that I won't get into. But yeah, so that's the final appellate court now, the Privy Council.
Okay. But I want to ask you a question again. In terms of going to the Privy Council. So, jurists, distinguished retired jurists, I'm reading an article right here. Seymour Panton, he came forward and said that some Jamaican attorneys need to get out of the habit of saying that they're going to the Privy Council for justice, because quite often when they lose at the Privy Council getting their justice, you don't hear people to them. What are your thoughts on that? Some people saying that we should have our own sort of Privy Council here.
That's what he's saying. It's a political. Oh.
Well, admittedly, I don't really have a view on that one way or the other. We would need a final appellate court some way, somehow. I allow the political actors to debate about which particular court it should be, either it be the CCJ, either it be our local, final appellate court, or maybe even the Privy Council. I personally don't have a view on it one way or the other.
Okay.
So going to the Privy Council and it's in UK, right? It's based in UK, the UK Privy Council.
Yes.
Right. So going there, you guys are presenting the same, I guess, evidence that you did in the Courts of Appeal here in Jamaica, and you are expecting that the UK judges would is they're going to have the final say in saying that it's going to overturn the sentence of in your case you're representing Kahira Jones, but I'm sure it's Vybz Kartel and Sean Storm as well. So that's the intention going to the UK council.
Yeah, the intention is always to advance your case. We
Right.
stand by our submissions that we made in the Court of Appeal.
Right.
No doubt you wouldn't be shocked that we disagree quite respectfully with the ruling of the 3 judges in the Court of Appeal that presided over this particular case.
Right.
We disagree with them respectfully, and we would pray that the judges in the Privy Council find a different view in relation to what is before them. And we are very confident in our submission.
Right.
So no change in approach, no change in tactics, strategy.
Well, strategy, of course, the team will have to discuss strategy, and that's not something that we have determined how we're going to do it one way or the other. But certainly we would have a discussion on what should be the strategy going forward. But generally, we do stand on our submissions in the Court of Appeal.
Okay. So you're the Privy Council, they can either throw out and say that, well, this
So the options open to the Privy Council. They can allow the appeal and push conviction.
Right.
They can order retrial.
Right.
Or they can dismiss the case.
or can they reduce the count or the years or set time served and
Where the Court of Appeal actually have not have asked for submissions from defense counsel in relation to sentence. So the Court of Appeal hasn't quite, it would appear that they haven't quite made up their mind as yet in relation to a reduction in sentence. No, so I'm not sure if that would be a part of the submission going forward to the Privy Council, because the Court of Appeal has asked for submissions in that particular regard.
Okay.
I have one question though. It's I don't know if it's going to be political,
You've
but I
asked
hope you
several
can
questions,
answer it. Shut up. No, I hope you can answer it.
I try my best.
I was thinking, like, if the UK Privy Council decide to overthrow this and overturn the charges laid against your client and the other co-accused, what would this mean for Jamaica and the Jamaica Court of Appeals, though? Because it sounds as if you're going to go with the same strategy, well, not the same strategy, but almost like the same case, what you gave to the Courts of Appeal. How is it going to be looked on then, like, especially like the Court of Appeal is saying, like, is it really a flawed system here in Jamaica? Like, do you think that would be
The outcome of this?
yeah, like when people would say, well, you know, the system, especially here in Jamaica, isn't that fair? Is that a cause of
All right.
concern?
That is a very loaded question.
Very.
And I will
Took a while to get up.
You know, it's just
You
like,
ever have a dream?
Me there go play it.
what was that?
no, it's like they're laughing at me. But yeah, I got the point, you know, but
Well,
yeah.
what I would say quickly is that I personally, and the chambers that I am from, we're not in the habit of bad talking juries on our judicial system. So just because, you know, a judge doesn't find in your favor doesn't quite mean that the entire system is flawed.
True.
You know, that if you're attorney that practice litigation, it happens very often. Probably not too often for us, but it happens every now and then. It doesn't mean that the entire system is flawed. It just means that you have recourse elsewhere, and you just appreciate the recourse that you have elsewhere.
Okay.
How long is this going to take? How long you surmise or you estimate that this whole process is going to take?
I'm very sorry. That's a question I can't necessarily answer just yet. I can't even estimate, especially because of the declared pandemic that is affecting the world right now. So
But you can't-
whatever reasonable estimations we'd have before, that's blown out to the water.
But in
because
terms
what
of
is
an
happening now.
example of, like, say a case is taken to the Privy Council, how long would that take?
From making the submission and actually going to the council and making the case.
That's, you know, to be honest, there are too many variables for me to answer that with any precise certainty.
Okay.
It would be an unfair answer for me to give.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Any more
Man.
questions, ladies?
Well, no, I mean, it's do you think or do you believe that I said the fans, because I don't know if you guys say, especially the lawyers, how some of them, the fans are like, well, so what if he did it and him do it, so what? Who is Lizard? I don't know if is it too much to think that could be factored in to the court's decision, or it's just time.
If what could be factored?
Like the fans, like some of the fans, I don't know, the comments from the fans are saying like, so what if he did it? And Kartel.
Well, what I will say on that is that okay.
And him do it, and who is Lizard? Like that was
the root of your question is a part of the ground of appeal in relation to the publicity. Because of the publicity, there's a lot of adverse and prejudicial inferences that were drawn in relation to Mr. Palmer and his co-accused. There's a lot that was said. And a part of our issue, of course, has come to in the Court of Appeal, and that we've advanced to the Court of Appeal, is that the negative publicity, by and large, happened as a result of or by actors of the state, elements of the crown, police officers, the police commissioner, the Minister of National Security at the time. There was a lot that was said that, would be hard for them to prove, but they said it, they left it out in the open, and it, as a result of that, it would be very hard for anybody to have a fair trial. And, of course, a part of our submission is that Mr. Palmer and his co-accused never had a fair trial, and that will be a part of our submission in the Privy Council, and that was a part of our submission in the Court of Appeal.
You think the Instagram live incident a couple days before had anything to do with?
That's really okay. That's really not something I'm going to comment on.
You can't comment on it because it did.
Because it is said that them not pay attention to the thing, but they're human beings, aren't they?
What was that?
No, that it's said that they're far removed from those things, and those things don't really matter. But at the end of the day, they're human beings, and it's a well publicized case. So I just wonder if them type of stunts they had anything to do with their final ruling.
Oh, you're still waiting on a comment from me?
That's why you get paid the big bucks, sir.
But my personal question to you is like, how has it been though, in this journey, like trying this case in a sort of way, like not to try, but like working on this case? How has it been for you? Like, do you think in your estimation you've become a better lawyer? Like, is it you've learned things that probably you're in school that you weren't taught in school, but being here in the front and center of this, as you said, widely publicized case? How has it been for you?
Personally, it has of course been a very good experience. It is a case that we interrogated several elements of case law, several elements of our laws in Jamaica, and of course it has sharpened my ability in advocacy and in respect of drafting submissions. So it's certainly an experience that I appreciate. Of course, we and I said it before, but of course we took issue with the final decision of the Court of Appeal, which is why we're going elsewhere. And I am personally very confident in the submissions that we made and the arguments that we drafted.
Donahue, big up yourself, and I'm so proud of you. I'm so Ari has one more burning question.
Yeah,
it seems.
one more.
Go ahead.
The Privy Council is the final step, right?
Well, the Privy Council is the final appellate court in Jamaica. I can't answer if that's the final step. I don't know what the Privy Council will rule, and perhaps after the Privy Council makes a ruling one way or the other.
Is there a super ultimate
So
council court that we don't know about that you could go to?
But I'm not going to quite comment too far in the future. As we are now, we're going to the Privy Council, and we are trying to seek justice. This is not to say that our local courts are flawed. This is not to say that we think the entire judicial system is flawed. It's just that we take issue with the ruling of the court here, and we're just going to the Privy Council because that happens to be the final appellate court in Jamaica.
Well,
and
because
we do hope and pray for justice when we go there.
Because I'm asking, like, so if after this, like, if maybe
Things go
unfortunately, the UK Privy Council sides with the state, like, is there another step that you can take, or is this just the final one?
Well, generally speaking, that's the final court
Okay.
that you can go to, if that's your question. That's the
Right.
final court that you can go to.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you look like you have more things.
I think there's another step, but that's like the final court that you can
Them-
go to.
them
'Cause
have a
him say,
wild
"Mary,
card,
you
man."
want-"
Yeah.
You want to say the
So,
last.
Eh.
Okay.
The last thing.
A super ultimate court, about we don't know about.
I think I'm gonna switch the law.
Then you big up your damn
Yeah.
self, you know, bro.
Blessings, man. All
Yeah,
the
man.
best. Cheers.
Bless up to you and all your success. You see me?
I still have your
very good
number.
to see.
I'm going to call you.
Bless up, wifey.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Bless up,
No
wifey
problem.
and the young into. You have a pitney, though.
Yes.
Yes, I have
He's
one
a
son.
full grown man. Wife and kid.
Then you big up your damn self.
Goals.
Yeah. Continue making me and others look bad out here.
I
Bless
see
up,
that for
bro.
the compliment he was intended. Cheers.
Bless up, bro. Yeah. So you see, people, I have a personal stake in this. I want my friend to do well. No, but I understand when people say like, "Oh, wish bad for Cartel." If I even for the selfish reason of wanting him to be free, so he can afford on our platform, to get interviews, I will have that million-view interview. You see me? If I even for that selfish reason, because the man had the foresight to record a song years ago that so happens to mention us. The one with
Fix her like
Chronic
the
Light.
nightly.
The foresight that the man had. You see me? So
Ugh.
there you have it, people.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully the people them
sad.
out there can move forward a bit more level-headedness.
Yeah.
And let the people them do
Remove the
them job. Let the
emotions
people them do
out
them
of
job.
it.
Don't harass the people them on social. Let the people them do them job because
Yeah,
Lord
and
knows we
just
can't do
half,
quarter what them
right?
are.
Read all
Let
the
the
books
people
they've
them do them
read.
job.
Think the way they're thinking, like,
They're
you know.
doing the best they
Yeah,
can.
do the best them
Yeah.
can.
I just want the fans though. Like, my final takeaway is just fans. Just remove the emotions out of it. You know,
It's going
like,
to be hard to as they
it's
call
going
them,
to
but
be
it's going to be
hard.
hard because you're dealing with a cult of personality here. You see?
right? But you know, it's when you're saying that, like, again, because it's that one comment I saw that really struck me, you know, and it made me sad because it's like, again, it just goes to the overall culture in Jamaica where we don't value life, and in one life is better than the other because, you know, it's like the system in and of itself think that, well, Cartel's life is nothing. Him can just go into jail. And he's co-accused. Let's not forget Free Sean Storm.
Free Sean
And
Storm.
again, Kahira Jones. Like, they just think that, oh, they're not working for us. They're against us. Let's put them away. You know? And again, you thinking that whatever you believe for Cartel and what he has done or what he has not done, only can't just discount lizard life. A man life is taken away, whether he's missing in the bush or whatever. It's been over 5 years now though, so he's legally going to be declared dead. You know, so whatever you believe, like, you can't say, so what? It's someone's
And
life.
next thing I'm gonna say other people do is that, oh, how this are going with Cartel when this are going over here. So I wanna find the girl yet. Oh, Mr. X6
Just
is in me. How
Right,
he get
must see
off, like
people
all
that
them
use that,
things
they're
I-
making
I don't
comparisons.
subscribe to
No,
those
they're
type
two
of
different
thoughts. It's
things.
two different things.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
examine what happened here.
Here, right.
He's convicted for a very serious thing. It's very serious. So you're gonna take it and say, oh, but why not do this? But why do this?
And them not even know, like, oh, you know, so them not investigate
exactly.
the other cases.
Yeah.
People just try to approach this more level-headedness, please. Just please.
Remove the emotions out of it.
Please.
When the cage lock, you have to tug it up. In a them place, yeah, dirty like rubbish truck. Me just a free back, happy days memories. When me kids, when me wife, when me Benz is them place, yeah. Make you know who your friends is. Make you know the real girl them from the NC.